prevent, because you don't want to wait when that animal is reacher. It's quarter to death. And then it's then that you start phoning, hey, where is Dr. Nzube, where is Dr. Mudilo, where is Ntatelebalu?
Thank you. My name is Dr. Alfred Khasi. I'm a veterinarian. I'm a lecturer at the University of Pretoria. I do a lot of work with small-scale farmers. We take students around to train small-scale farmers. We believe that small-scale farming has a place in this country. The biggest challenge that the small-scale farmers have is access to information. So we do a lot of work training them, assisting them with raising their animals healthy. And we think that's important for the country and that's important for food security. So it has been shown that most of the losses that farmers incur are simply because the farmers ignore or they are not aware of the early signs of disease. So we have a methodology that we've developed at the University of Pretoria that assists farmers for them to be able to logically follow a pattern of examining an animal. So we have 5 key areas that we want the farmer or the small-scale farmer to be aware of. So the first one is that they need to be able to look at the head of the animal and look at the parts of the head to identify diseases. The second part is the body. So they need to be able to look at the body and all that comes with the body, that is the skin, to look at lesions, to look at wounds that are on the animal and be able to start seeing signs early. And things like parasites like ticks are very important for the farmer to be able to look at the animal and identify them because they cause a lot of harm to the animal, but they also transmit diseases to animals. So that's very important that they do that. The third leg that we think is very important is the movement of the animal. So it's how the animal moves. The farmer has to be able to identify early signs of poor agility. So if an animal is limping, they need to be able to take that very seriously because it could be ticks that are within the hoofs, it could be an injury that is on the leg. And that is also very important for the welfare of the animal. And then that is the third area. So if we go to the fourth area, we look at the areas where things go into the animal. So we're talking about, is this animal eating? Is this animal drinking? Is this animal breathing normally or in a healthy way? If there's any abnormality in that, for instance, if the animal is not eating, that's already a sign that says this animal may not be well. There could be inappetence that is led by a disease that is happening in the animal. So that is the fourth area. The last area that we look at is the area of what we call what comes out. So these are the things that, for instance, the dung of the animal. If an animal is sick, the animal might have diarrhea, so it might have loose stools, or the urine that comes out of the animal may be discolored. So it's important for the farmer to be aware of these things and mark them and inform the veterinarian or the animal health technician of these abnormalities that are there before they become worse.
I'm now chatting to Dr. Andy Henson from Onderstepoort about the Onderstepoort Feedlot Challenge Farmers Day. Andy, tell me, where did the idea for the Farmers Day come from?
Jerry, thanks for asking. So the Farmers Day has been born out of the idea to bring the farmers to the university to show them how we run this feedlot challenge so that they can get some new knowledge or ideas to do it themselves. We take it then a step further where we take the students, take them to the farmers and actually engage there and show them how to improve their production system. So for the students, it is everything that he's learned here. For the farmer, it's part of this Farmers Day. And hopefully when we go to the farm itself, we can bring those two things together.
And what will the assessment look like on the day when the students go back to the farm to see what the farmers have implemented out of this Farmers Day?
So that will be typically like a consultation. So where we go out and then the students need to assess the situation on that farm. For example, what's the quality of the water? Is there feeding troughs? Anything that they've learned theoretically, practically, and that the farmer has listened to today. And then say, okay, maybe the feed trough is too small, you don't have clear water, you need to clean it, or we need to get some shade or something like that. And that's the conduct then to give them a report in writing as well, so these farmers can actually improve on their current production systems.
And there you have it, that's all about the Onderstepoort Feedlot Challenge Farmers Day.
That looks good. So we have a look. So there's a little bit. But actually, if you disturb the surface, you can actually get through it. So there's very good wetness there. So we're going to find out if they just throw it here or they're going to take it out. Or how.
We clean this first, then we put it there.
Excellent. So shoot.
name's Nadia. I'm here with the feedlot team Meet the Flockers, and we're here on a community engagement project. So today we're here to speak to Mr. Chica, who owns WKM Transport Farm, and we're learning about how he manages his sheep. And using what we've learned in the Feedlot Challenge and this, we are trying to help him to improve his production. And it's a really important part of working with the community is to feed back the stuff that we are learning at the university so that it can actually benefit people in the farming communities. We found some really good quality sheep. He has a really nice flock, and they're very well cared for, in very good condition. There's just a few little challenges that he could address to make his sheep even better. So his sheep are kept in a kraal at night that has quite a lot of litter on the floor, and that is causing a lot of dust, which is probably the main challenge to these sheep, causing some respiratory conditions. So cleaning that a little bit more frequently, or finding a better bedding system that might be able to reduce the dust would be quite critical for his sheep. Other small things, just putting up some tarps to be able to control the weather conditions within the kraal a bit better, increasing the water space so that the sheep can access the water a little bit more easily, and changing a little bit of the bunk management so that they don't climb into the bunks as much would really help to improve his production.
I'm Leon Hector and I'm from the Wolf of Wall Street. So the positive aspects today was they had good ventilation, right? So there won't be ammonia buildup and all of those things, as well as the water source was good. It's fresh water, it's not dirty, so that's like a good aspect. And yeah, that's like when it comes down to it, it could change a bit more, but so far that's good for the animals. So there's no ammonia buildup and things like that. What I'll do is I'll change the emergency and the isolation section. I will make it more thicker and not allow the goats to jump over or things like that, because it can transfer diseases from one animal to the next. As well as maybe just change flooring, right? So it can clean better so that they don't lie in their own maybe like fecal matter, right? And then they don't, as well as maybe changing some of the troughs. Adding maybe metal beams or some things so that they don't lie inside the troughs. Yeah, so if the animal's sick, then they don't have time to go there and then the next animal will get it. So that's like a few changes that I will make.